Okay, so here's my proposal for the signals. What we need to do, we need to make sure that that the dynamic agrees with the static. So the dynamic is the movement across time. The static is whether or not this pair that we're trading is above or below 50%. For a good example of this would be the dollar Swiss giving us a false positive, because what actually is the case at the high level, at the MyFX book level, we go to dollar Swiss. Are we silly that we have to search for it? Continue. So we click this, and we see that the majority are long, and they have been for a long time. So it isn't actually a buy, but the bubbles would indicate otherwise. So by having this check that it would come to here and just check whether or not it's above or below 50%, then we wouldn't get that signal to buy, because it needs to satisfy that criteria. This is the high level static, and this is the dynamic. So the bubbles are great, but they're having very, very choppy the last 2-3 weeks. So we need like a check in it. I know that we had the technical checks and they fluctuated a hell of a lot. These will fluctuate when we cross the 50% ratio. So when we do get fluctuations, it shouldn't happen too much, because what happens is that the herd should, in speech marks, move, and they'll hold on with momentum and will go past 50%, and they'll hold on to losses. If they chop and change at 50%, then we're going to get fluctuations. So that's the reason we want to make the video. So we want to try and avoid the on-off messages, but we do need to have something in the signal that checks the high level, which is this. And as you can see, it's not performing very well at the moment, which would make sense because the guys are long, right? But this is the bubbles, and that's just the dollar basket versus the Swiss basket. So we'd want to probably try and get the two to agree. I think it would be a really good idea, but we're going to get some fluctuations. That's why I need to make a video, and I want to get some feedback from you guys what to do. It's going to be like fairly sizable change, and it might mean fluctuations, but hopefully that makes sense what I mean. So this is the low level shifting across time, and this is the high level static nature, and that wouldn't actually be a buy at all, as you can see. Not until the ratio flips, of course. At the moment it's a sell because they're so long, and hopefully that makes sense. If I don't get any feedback, I assume that you're happy with the signals. I'm not happy with the signals in its current format because they've been incredibly choppy, and we need to have something just to cut out some of the noise. But on the other hand, we might have fluctuations on the 50%, so that's going to be tricky. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to any feedback.